With the decision of longtime Town Council member Mark Grant not to run for re-election from Ward 1, he's supporting 7th-generation Islander Alex Brown for the old job. Alex, welcome to WHHI. All right, why are you running for council?
Well, as you mentioned, I've been here all my life. My family's roots stretch back over 7 generations, and I have found employment here on Hilton Head, been with the same company for over 31 years. Started at the bottom of that organization, and now I'm the top executive of a company called Camp Hilton Head.
Okay.
I've also spent 6 years on the town's planning commission as the chairman, and it's time for me to start to be more involved in the decision-making process for this place that we call paradise.
Okay. What did that experience on the Planning Commission, and you ended up leading the Planning Commission, what did that do to help you understand how town government works, and how will that experience help you?
Well, sure. For a long time I viewed things on a very surface level as far as the issues are concerned, and being on the Planning Commission, I learned a lot as far as the details of what goes into policy changing. I heard a lot from residents and constituents, very, very diverse opinions in terms of how we operate here on Hilton Head. So it gave me an opportunity to learn how to listen, understand how the town government works, and I'm looking forward to making sure that we represent our people.
What are your priorities? What do you think needs to be done?
Well, of course, with me being from Gullah descent, one of my top priorities is making sure that the Gullah Geechee Task Force recommendations come to fruition. That is huge. The Native Island Gullah population on Hilton Head has been decreasing. The number of acres that have been in our ownership went from about 3,500 in the 90s to about 700 currently, so that's a big loss. All right, we've got to get that turned around. That's huge for me. But more importantly, I want to make sure that I'm able to represent everyone on Hilton Head fairly and equally.
When you talk about the progress that's been made, and you talk about the fact that you've given up a lot of land, the Native Islanders, has there been some progress in some other areas for them though? Over the last few years?
Well, absolutely. Hilton has changed a lot, some good, some bad.
Okay.
But we have not done a very good job with listening to some of the undersurface issues in order to come forward with a very viable solution.
Okay. Where are some of those bad things? Let's get specific. What do we need to fix?
Well, one of the biggest issues in front of us right now is the US 278 corridor expansion.
Tell me where you are on that.
Well, no more pavement. Let's start there.
Okay.
That community has been bisected and destroyed over the years with, more and more expansion of lanes. I'm not quite sure that we're going in the right direction as far as letting capacity lead that. Okay.
If there's no more pavement, though, how do we handle the traffic issues that we get through there? Or do you think there are any traffic issues?
Well, sure. We have a traffic issue maybe 5% of the time. On Saturdays during check-in, and morning rush hour from about 8 to 9:30, and you're going off island between 4 and 5:30. I think that there's some creative solutions that we can look at to alleviate that, but to have the interest of Hilton Head just be a speedway does nothing for Stony, and it does nothing for the entire community. That's just not the welcoming mat I think is appropriate for our island.
Okay. Interesting thoughts. I'm sure we'll be talking to you between now and Election Day. Alex Brown, thanks so much for joining us. We hope to chat with Peter Christian, your opponent, in November, and all of the council candidates in the coming weeks. Hilton High School Principal Steve Shidrich is next.